Hey YouTube, welcome to this episode of Mad Mike's Garage. I'm pretty stoked right now. I've been messing with my 2007 Sierra Classic here for, oh goodness, it's been a while. There, about January, I believe it was, the TCM module went out. And I just wanted to verify I didn't have a harness issue or something going on. So I was cleaning into the harness here. Let me get you down in here. I messed with all the harness. Here's your TCM, of course, right here. That's my brand new one that I got from Ryan's Diesel Service. And after I put the new transmission control module on, it got rid of all my codes, the transmission limp mode, and everything else that I was on. But I would clear my code and I would still have code U0101, but the truck drove fine. And I read some old threads and they said to, with what I was getting was the code U0101, and everything worked except the manual shift lever, the button on your shifting lever. It just, the tow mode would work, but not the manual button. So of course, what do? I go out and buy a brand new GM shifter, put it on, didn't change a thing. And I've been fighting with this for 3 months, maybe 4, on and off. I keep messing around with harness, keep making sure I don't have anything shorted. I have spent more time on this than I really wanted to, and I haven't had a vehicle to a garage other than for a car inspection or tires, because I don't have a tire machine in 20 years. And I'm pretty, I like to try to fix my own stuff, just because, I mean, hell, it's probably $200 just to hook up to a computer nowadays. So I didn't really feel like doing that, but I was just about there. Like, I was just about ready to throw in the towel and send this right into my GM dealer and say, here, fix it. Well, to make a long story worthwhile watching, the actual issue I was having was the transmission control module, the connector on this particular one. And I'm pretty sure it was self-inflicted because I tested it to make sure that it actually was the TCM, that I had all the power where I needed to. I did all that, but I was using too fat of a probe, and it actually hogged out the terminals on the connector. So one of the pins wasn't making contact. When I did put the TCM in, they were all working but one. I don't know which one. There was a couple that looked pretty bad, and then the rest were So I seen online you can buy brand new pins, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll try some new pins. But then I'm like, well, let me just try something. And I have a real thin pair of needle nose pliers, and I took the retainer out of the connector, the red part, and then it allowed me to get in right next to the metal part of the actual terminal, and I put a little pressure on, and I bend every one of them in just a little bit. Plugged it in, sure as shit, works like a charm. My manual shift lever works, everything. So while I was doing the testing, I actually self-inflicted more problems and I didn't know it. And I was almost like ready to send my TCM back to make sure that they didn't misprogram it, but they didn't. Ryan's Diesel Service did a fine job. It was the new mechanic that put the big fat probe into the connector. And I've seen guys use those real thin ones, and I'm like, why would you want to use? Well, now I know. So I learned something. Hopefully you guys do. I don't know if I want to go back and edit that video, or at least put it in the description. Do not do what I did and use a big trouble light in those. I was using the big trouble light to show you guys at home, what I was doing, and so you could see the light come on. And I never thought that it actually would have done what it did. Never in a million years. So you learn something every day. That being said, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to fire up my truck. I have a viewer that wants to hear my PPE lift pump, so I'm going to fire that up. And I apologize because the kids are, Dad's on YouTube. Let's make a bunch of noise. I can't help it. they're having fun. They're living their best life too. So, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just try to keep it down. Chocolate mouth. Somebody needed a fudge pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody's being loud right now.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Max Glad.
This is what the inside of your truck looks like when you're trying to find an electrical gremlin that ended up being underneath the hood. So, and you know, I don't even care. I found it, I'm happy. I'll have this back together in 10 or 15 minutes. I'll wait till tomorrow and deal with it. Right here is where you'll find your, here at the end of my middle finger, and I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but the top number 10 fuse that you see there, right here, that is your ignition 0. So if you don't have any manual shift, but you have tow mode, and you're running code U0101, definitely try that right there, because that apparently is a you know, one of the problems right there. So that number 10 right there. So like I said, that's for a speaker. Don't get too concerned. And anyhow, that's what I found. I tried that. No, that wasn't good. I got underneath here and I got rid of a bunch of crap that was in here that I didn't need. And I think we're ready to put her back together now. Like I said, I'm just stoked that I found the problem. So I'm gonna fire this up. Like I said in the other video, there's a viewer that wanted to hear my PPE lift pump, so I'm gonna fire this up real quick. This is a bone stock truck with a 4-inch exhaust with no cat, so I guess, you know, it does have a muffler. It's the MRBP. I'll have to look into it. So I'm learning. So there we go. I'll get you down underneath here. I can't hear the exhaust, or I'm lying. I cannot actually hear this lift pump running. There she is. It's pretty quiet. It's not exactly a quiet truck to begin with, but when you're in the cab here, let me get in here and shut the door real quick. Hopefully I didn't make you guys too sick. Said the other day I could hear it, but the window down outside. In the garage, I can't hardly hear anything, to be quite honest, other than the exhaust. So it's pretty quiet for me right now. I can just barely hear the hum. It's definitely not obnoxious by any means. So I hope that helped. Wasn't the greatest. I'm just gonna throw it in with a little update video here. Like I said, I'm happy. I'll spend a little bit of time, get this dash squared away tomorrow, and go out for a little rip and make sure my downshift and everything works. And I think before the season, I'll go through the transmission, change all the fluid, put a new internal filter and external filter on, and then change my oil, and we'll be ready to go. So please like and subscribe. We're getting up there. I just need to get my watch hours up, and I hope you guys are finding some use out of my videos. I kind of like making them, so I hope you guys are enjoying them. Have a good one. Till next time.